So I announced it briefly on another video that my wife and I are expecting another kid in October. So this first kid's been a little bit harder than I thought it would be. Yeah, she just eats up a lot of my time. So when I clock out of work, so I work from home. So I'm hearing her like cry during the day and stuff. And you know, my mother-in-law's here. My wife's gonna be quitting her job this Friday. But with her being pregnant, it's still hard for her to pick up the baby and do some things. So it's kind of give and take with that. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot of work having two kids. So I had talked about on Pinside, my death metal game, Pinball Eternal. Again, I got a bunch of licensed bands for music and stuff, and then the theme is kind of skeletons and zombies and stuff. That contract is open-ended. I just licensed music. There was no terms in years or anything. So whenever that game comes, it'll come. But I had posted on Pinside that I was going to kill that thread. You know, this game's probably not coming out for another 2 to 5 years. Basically, I know what it takes right now with a kid and how much time it takes. And with two, it's going to be a lot. We decided that we should have our kids now. One, we're getting older. And yeah, it's kicking my ass. But two, it's just get them out of the way, right? Have them all at the same time. I don't want to be in the middle of trying to start a company again and having a kid in 2 or 3 years. So kind of makes sense that it's all happening now. I'm still getting work done now. Just an update on the Misfits game. That game's been running about 30 hours or so. Yeah, everything seems to be working pretty good. There's one minor hardware issue. I wish I would have fixed it before I sent it out the door. But we did fix it, ran for 30 hours, and then I think a connection kind of came unloose and it's messing it up. So the Tarp and Tussle just started. That tournament is going on right now, and we'll see if the game is working. I'll send him a text here in a minute. But 30 hours is pretty good. I haven't heard a lot from my Star Wars guy. Remember, he was designing a whole new playfield layout, so he's going to be transferring his entire game to that. So we're going to reconfigure the code and get it up to some code, and hopefully that is still going to go to Chicago. I started redesigning my circuit boards. I released Pinball Designer 7. I've done some updates for 8. I got like 10 bug fixes already. Just small things. But all these guys have been kind of working. I got another guy, Tony G. He bought my software a while ago. He just got version 7. He's in there and gave me about 12 items or so. So it helps when people get in there and give me feedback so that I can improve all this stuff. And also it just tests stuff, you know. It takes a lot of hours and unique things when you're placing different parts and then delete a part and this. So there's a lot of different paths you can go when you're testing a piece of software, and I can't test them all, you know. It's got to go in the end user hands. Right now, though, the Misfits game works. I got a game I've designed. I've got a couple of games I've designed. The Star Wars game is working, so things are moving along. Again, so come October, it's just going to be, I have no idea. I have no guarantees on where this is all going to go, how much work I can get done. I can tell you with my first daughter here that I was getting maybe 2 or 3 hours a week on some weeks. You know, my job gave me 18 weeks off. And during that time, I thought I was going to get a ton of stuff done. But unfortunately, you're with your daughter from 8 a.m. all the way until like 11 a.m. basically. Or sorry, 11 p.m. She goes to bed late, but she would sleep like 10 hours. So it's good. But in that time, you're just getting beat. You know, you got to be with her all day, carry her around the house, make her happy, hold her to go to bed. It just gets exhausting that once 5 or 6 o'clock comes, if I want to get an hour or two in, I'm already kind of tired. So yeah, it was very hard. I've got a lot of productivity in the last 3 or 4 months. What was I going to say? Right now, my daughter's waking up in the middle of the night, which she wasn't doing before. So it's like 2 or 3 times in the night I got to wake up and take care of her. So it's just all getting pretty exhausting again still. And then again with the next kid, all hell is going to break loose. So again, circuit boards are getting revised. Everything's moving along good. The Dumb and Dumber game, I'm starting to do the playfield artwork. I'm about 80% done with that. I think the layout is done. It's a little bit different than what I had before. A couple more shots. I think that's going to be a pretty cool game. That is going to go eventually probably in my house right next to my Stern Foo Fighters, so you can look and see the comparison that, yes, it's a 1-to-1 identical size, you know, pinball machine. Just take a look at it from that perspective. Remember when I started this, it's been a long journey, guys. So I started this back in 2019, right? I started building circuit boards, had some issues. I moved, I took a year off. I had some people do some shady business online, and I decided, they were my parts supplier, so I kind of stepped back and wanted to look at designing even more of my own parts. I haven't even touched my laser or my plasma cutter to start working on metal fab in-house. But I do have ways to do metal fabrication and stuff, so I can do third party or in-house. Yeah, but it's gonna be wild from here. Probably won't see a mass manufactured game, like I said, for another two years or so. It just depends on how everything goes, what I can get done. I'm thinking of releasing kind of a, would you call it? Experimental game. One that might not sell that well, but it's one that I could, work. Like if I got an order of, let's say I got 50 orders, I could do those in a year as a side business or something. So we'll see. Yeah, I had a small idea I wanted to try out. We'll see where it goes.